For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with Coach Renotta Edwards from Oakdale, who won the first state championship in school history last month. The Lady Warriors going through a bit of a Cinderella run through the playoffs as a 9 seed and coming out with a big state championship in Division 4 non-select on the girls' side, beating Lakeview 53-48. Coach, congratulations and thanks so much for taking some time to chat about all of it. I mean, you've had a little bit of time to reflect on it now. What are you going to remember about this run you and the staff and the girls put together to bring home that hardware?
Man, it's been an interesting one. Lots of ups and downs, but it's a lot of positivity, a lot of faith. Took a lot to get us here, but we'll get us winning, but just took a lot of faith, man, and just positivity. To be honest with you, that's what got us there. Well, and helped us win.
I wanted to ask you about just kind of that recipe of being a lower seeded team. You guys had the first round at home, but then had to go back-to-back weeks on the road, or back-to-back games on the road, and then off to the state tournament. On boys and girls sides combined, only 3 teams made the state tournament with lower than a 6 seed. Y'all were the only lower than a 6 seed to make the state championship game, and then y'all win it. What goes into that in terms of making sure the girls are staying confident and positive and just doing what y'all need to do to execute and make those games count and get those wins 5 straight in the playoffs?
To be honest with you, preparation. I know my team. I have a lot of type A personalities. So our preparation, it goes from what we eat to shoot arounds. Nothing changes. We get to the gyms at the same time uh, before the games. So I try my best to make every game as our away game as like a home game in a sense how we're preparing for it. I try not to stray away from it. And the girls, they like a schedule. So I think they thrive from that. So that's just being a coach, kind of knowing your team, knowing what helps them thrive, and just and also the fans. Our fan base was just amazing. They was always on the road with us, no matter how far. So having a schedule where they know what to expect, they like to see just going from practice plans, what's going on at shoot around, from our who we're playing. Just all of that preparation, it makes them feel comfortable, it makes them confident. So that and also the fans, it helps going onto the road. Just that anxiety that you have. Are you gonna play well? Are the girls gonna play well? Are they gonna show up? So I think all of that kind of goes hand in hand, as preparing to play on the road. Like I said, that's the coach aspect of it.
And I mean, you obviously yourself as a player played at a high level, and so when you talk about what all goes into success, even getting away from the court, away from the gym, into things like diet and rest and routine and all those things, those make a lot of
Yes,
sense to us as adults. You had a very young team with a senior, 4
yes,
juniors, the MVP from the state
yes.
tournament as a sophomore, and Amani Young. Did they
Mhm.
realize this and buy into all this quickly, or was that a growing process for them to recognize the significance of those things?
That is a growing process. When I first got there last year, they didn't know me. I didn't know them. They knew I played basketball. I played college basketball, so they knew. But just any kid, they kind of have to get to know you. So just from me, just talking about routine, how it's important to take care of your body. Getting sleep, getting rest, drinking plenty of water, just those things. And me talking to them from a former player perspective, I think they started to kind of believe, but it really didn't kick in until they started seeing the success. Because when you're kind of up and down a little bit, you're not really believing. Like, is that really affecting me? Is it really preparing me? And I think once we started winning a little bit, started beating teams that we started playing with teams and then started beating these teams. and harping on a routine, just taking care of their body and being prepared. I think they really started to buy into it, and it became just what we did and what we do. So now it's something that's understood, and it just makes a big difference in, like I said, their confidence and all of that. But yeah, it took a while. Yeah, I'm not gonna even lie to you and say, oh yeah, as soon as I got there, they believe. No, it doesn't work that for me, for with my group. It definitely didn't work that way. But anything, trust, you got to
Yeah.
earn it. That's all.
You mentioned the hydration piece, and that's something that, as much as I've been around high school athletes in a variety of sports, getting them to realize you've got to drink water or hydrate, and it doesn't start a couple hours before the game. This is an ongoing process. Is
Yes,
is funny
yes,
to watch.
yes. Oh yeah, like even like pregame meals, like I like sandwiches, like just something that's just a little bit healthier. Because they want fried chicken, they want
Yeah.
burgers, they want McDonald's, they want the most unhealthiest meal. I'm like, no, we not, we can't have that. We're gonna go to Jimmy John's. We're gonna we're gonna go
Mhm.
like places like that where it's just a tad bit healthier for you. So like once they saw their bodies start to change, we work out and things like that, but they felt better playing. That's why I really believe, and it's nothing against anybody else, but I did feel like, uh, as far as being in shape physically, I felt like we were in better shape than some of the teams that we did play towards the end. And I think that had a lot to do with us just taking care of our bodies.
Was there a certain game or tournament or stretch where you saw the light bulb go off for the girls or even the fan base of, not only could you guys compete at a high level, but y'all had a chance to be the top team in the state to beat anyone on any given night?
Yeah, I think honestly when we lost to Glenmora at home, we didn't play well. We missed on opportunities. We missed free throws. We lost by 2 points. So it wasn't like a Cinderella deal where we just won and it clicked. It was more like a realization, like, okay, hey, we missed free throws. We could have won. Um, we didn't take care of our like defensive strategies and things like that. We didn't execute all of those things, and it was the end of our 4 game lose. Actually, it was around our 4 game losing streak, and it was like, man, maybe we got to start maybe listening to coach a little bit more and paying more attention and putting more time in the gym. And I think once that happened, we went to Menard the next game and we lost by 5. Uh, but it was and I know it's probably sounds terrible, but it was a better loss, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
It was a more competitive game because given Menard's a very good team, but things started to click where we started making free throws. We started making just shots that you should be making and executing on the defensive end, just doing things better as a team. Now we didn't get the win, but I kind of started to see, okay, hey, we're actually starting to click as a team. We're starting to be a little bit more confidently individually, and once that happened, I was very confident going into our next game, which was Rose Pond.
We talk about this idea in sports so much of legacy, and y'all are the first group to win the state championship. Now, do y'all talk about the significance of what that means, or knowing how many of these girls are coming back? Do you try to not let them feel too satisfied? How do you kind of balance some of that as a coach?
Well, I haven't necessarily gotten to really be around them because small schools we share athletes. So they're in softball and track. So I hadn't really got a chance to really talk to them. But I do know that they're excited. We had our exit meetings, and they're excited. They ready. They're ready to play now. Like, coach, we didn't want the season to end, but I do feel like that's probably something that we'll tackle on once I don't know, maybe when the end of the spring when we start playing, get into our summer basketball. We'll see. Actually, I'm interested to see because again, I have a young team, so we'll see how they tackle this next step, which is not being complacent, expecting things to happen, because that just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that in
Yeah.
basketball.
You mentioned the small school aspect of athletes playing a variety of sports, and so they're on to softball and track. Small schools also, you kind of the community aspect of being, at an Oakdale and accomplishing this, the excitement and energy level, whether it be from the student body or just folks around town, people that went to school there years ago, it has to have been fun the last month to hear from everybody and just have that pep in their step, I guess.
Oh my God, it's amazing. We've had so many people reach out to us from people, the city wants just man, a parade to, former athletes, alumni, former basketball players, I mean, just everyone, the mayor, our superintendent, just everyone is just so genuinely excited for the girls because it's something that, it's never happened. So like, oh yeah, it's nothing but positivity, man. And people are so excited for the girls. I mean, they did something that not a lot of people can say they have accomplished at their school at Oakdale. So the fact that they're, a one of one, it makes things it's so great for the girls. It really is such a great, the culture right now is amazing.
This is kind of off topic, but that experience and also being in a state where we saw LSU just win a national championship and the amount of buzz around the college level women's basketball, as someone that's been around the sport for your lifetime
A
and has
long
played
time.
has played has played college ball
Yeah.
in this state, how do you feel about the growth of the sport, whether it be the high school level, college level, just girls and women's basketball overall the last 5-10 years, to see some of the things that we're seeing?
Oh man, it's so satisfying to see the sport grow. I was actually just having this conversation with someone probably a few hours ago, and we were talking about just like the smack talking and just all of that. And I'm like, God, I'm so glad people get to see like women or young ladies like do it. Like and it's not from a negative part, like it's not. It's just competing
Mhm.
and you get to see these young ladies who spend their whole life and the sacrifice that they make. um it's so satisfying to see not just UConn be the best, but you get to see LSU's, you get to see Iowa, you get to see so many other schools, Louisville, uh multiple schools competing, and it's not just one, it's UConn or Tennessee. You get to see multiple schools competing. So it's so satisfying. I love it. I'm a big college basketball. I watch that more than I watch professional sports because it's more basketball involved. I like that aspect. So I'm overjoyed. I love it. I love watching it. I was hyped the whole time. It was exciting. It was exciting. I didn't get too much in the boys' side, to be honest, which I hate to say it, but it was just so much. Like it was just so much. It was just like an ending on that note. It was hard to watch the men's after such a great game. I hate to say it, but it's the truth.
That was one of the things to me is the Iowa LSU game occurs on a Sunday afternoon, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's still the UConn San Diego State game on the men's side that Monday night, and it felt like all of the conversation Monday was still about the women's game, all over
Yes,
national
yes,
media and everything. And I felt like that was one of those telling type moments of we're so
yes.
on this high from that women's game that we're kind of forgetting there even is a men's game the next day.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was exciting. It was a great game. Great bunch of games from the Elite Eight to the whole. It was just great.
No doubt. Well, Coach, congratulations again, and thanks so much again for taking some time to chat about it. And
Thank you. I appreciate it.
good luck getting those girls back together for summer ball and and chasing another one in the next winter.
Man, that's the plan, man. I appreciate you having me, and thank you again. I appreciate it.
You got it. She's Coach Renotta Edwards from Oakdale, the Division IV state champions on the girls non-select side, and for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser.